super interesting. I just want to make sure that he gets his time too. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
that's fine.
Just I would like to add some comments. Maybe after it, I'd like to
Yeah,
reply
we can
the
talk
rest.
after.
All right, all right.
Yeah. All right. Over to Bogdan, and he will be talking about his new building block. Over
Yes.
to you.
Hello, everyone. This is my little new building block. And I hope artificial intelligence does help making this and selling this. So it's good to hear all those presentations so far. I like to see if I can share something with you. Okay, this. Can you guys see my image?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, this is a new building block invented by me, myself, and I. It's patented block, and I have a partner on this where I'm the inventor, but she's a support in everything else. Now, I will hold also this block and show you. What it is, it's a new building block that actually is scientific solution for construction, future construction of homes and buildings, mainly domestic, but we can easily use it in a commercial and industrial sector. So why is it that this block is different and better than others? I will turn it around so you can all see in 3D. This is scaled down to 10:1 from original version. So this is exactly the right shape of it, which has a large central hall in the center, which is instant duct when they're lined up. So we don't need ducts to build the homes or to put in the roof or for heating and cooling. So once we lined up these blocks in the walls, we will have everything, vents, blocks for absolutely every little, what is the purpose, application. So on the side, we have smaller holes where we run cables and plumbing pipes. And we have vertical vents, which are also vents, and also channels where we run the same cables and plumbing pipes. 1 inch pipe can easily fit through all those, which means 3/4 and 1/2 inch goes quite easily. So they intercept going vertically and horizontally, they intercept, so which allows us to, when we run the cabling or pipes, we can easily just cut the little section and connect them and then block up, patch up that section. So benefits of this block, it's saving wood. This will replace usage of wood completely in construction, future of construction, in my opinion. The reason being is that we don't even need you to use wood for roof structure. Where I suggest primarily to use flat roofs, which are precasted elements. And I have one of these guys here. Take a very good look. So once we develop the wall to a certain height, then we just place this already precasted, pre-made, and we join with the other one. That. All we have to do is internally fix one joint, and on the upper section, upper floor, fix one joint or 2 joints, depending how many sections we use to complete the ceiling, instant flooring, or the roof at the same time as well, if we're using a flat roof. So this building block eliminates wood from construction completely. The block is 441 millimeters wide, proposed in real version. And it's 882 long. So it's a quite heavy and big block, right? It replaces around 36 bricks if we divide on two walls. If you can imagine one half brick wall, another half brick wall, and so a gap in between. That gives us this side, and that fits 36 bricks roughly, which is huge. And when we're constructing walls, it's much faster to install one block, which takes 2-3 minutes compared to 36 bricks. So speed of constructions will be reduced greatly. The block and walls and complete building will have beautiful ventilation, twin ventilation as I call it, which is these channels proposed for plumbing and electrical cables and piping are also used for ventilation. So this is internal side and this is external side. So we get instantly internal ventilation that goes all the way through, external ventilation as well, which is here. If cold air is coming here, hot air is coming there. The barrier will be in the middle, and that fight between hot and cold will actually benefit when it comes to energy efficiency, to insulation of homes, and saving furthermore on power bills and gas and so on. So the central hall, once we line up 2-3 blocks like that, right? So we line them up, we get a channel. And this is our eastern duct that we use for to run duct heating or duct cooling, with diameter for this size being 180 millimeters, right? Which is enough to run most of the units, medium size or even larger sizes for domestic use. And of course, if we need to use much larger, then we go much bigger block and with bigger central hall and still use the same application. All blocks will have the same setup, the same holes, the same design. And the main reason for that is to save on materials for construction, and which benefits environment, and to establish great ventilation of the walls horizontally and vertically, which technically first time ever, I think it gives us horizontal and vertical ventilation of the hard material walls, which nowadays only maybe vertically done, but not horizontally and intercepted everywhere, in every section of the wall, every corner of the wall. So building with these blocks, we establishing ventilation all the way from the bottom, from the foundation itself, all the way to the top, to the roof, right? So this will benefit enormously, especially when it comes to use of heating, hot and cold weather, and air conditioning heating, right? So what's specific about this block also is the way it interlocks. If you can see here. Now, the mortar is placed right there in this section, inside, internally. Very important thing, because mortar is never in touch with external weather, and it cannot absorb moisture that easy. It cannot be even wetted if you force with a spray or high pressure gun. You can't get to the mortar at all, and that's specific to this block and walls made from them. It isolates mortar completely, which allows me to build blocks and wall without any gaps between them. In fact, the more precisely they sit, the better off we all are with it. And there's actually, that goes back to original idea where I got the idea to invent this block. which is Inca stones and ancient stones and pyramids. You all heard of pyramids. How they build precisely precise cuts to fit precisely all the blocks and the structure. And there's a reason for that. Number one reason is there's no moisture affecting mortar. In my opinion, it's not a block that expands and dilatates, but it's a mortar that does it and then pushes brick or block away. Mortar does it. So once it's isolated, it goes right there in this channel. So on these channels, we just run a bit of silicone, if we can, and we make it completely isolated. So to me personally, and I'm sure some experts will agree with me, this is great innovation, which will benefit if these blocks ever gets accepted, by the way, which will benefit construction industry completely. Now, this is patented block, and the number is 20222-00265. That's a patent number in Australian Patent Office. So there's complete specification in there. You can see it clearly, and the drawings that I originally applied. I made a little modification here, where we used to have a separate ventilation channel, but that's now merged all in one, which is much more simpler, easier, and better. So what benefits this block and walls constructed or buildings constructed from these blocks gives us? It's saving on wood. There's no need for internal walls the way we build houses in Australia or of US or UK in Europe. In fact, Balkan countries where I come from, most of them build from the blocks that they have, building materials that they have, and I'm not happy with those. First, they're not good enough in width, in looks, and in the purpose. So especially when they line up, put the top plate of concrete in between floors, then all that is exposed and visible and looks shocking. So with these blocks, that's solved easily, and you never see concrete exposed. No matter what you do outside, you get instant boxing around. There's elements for everything. It's all smartly calculated. But I will not go into a complete presentation. I will just introduce this block today to all of you in the building industry and ICOSMET, by the way. So the benefits are we eliminating wood from construction completely. There's no need for it. The block comes pre-finished, which any finish we want or like. Even we can have them pre-painted and burn paint like a powder coated on it, whatever you want to do, we can do to these internal and external finishes. So once you line them up, you get instant finish. So you're saving, there are huge savings in construction with these blocks. So to my estimate, about 30 to 40% we can save on constructing the house, which is at least 80% better in every possible way than any house we have today on the market or in real life and in use. So basically this block is an introduction to Australia, to United States, America, United Kingdom, and any country where you build homes from timber and wood and soft materials. I suggest strongly to study this product, future product, I hope. And that is if someone accepts to build this, which is not me. I'm not looking to start factory making building blocks. I like to just license this out, right? So as an inventor, I got about 220 inventions, and I don't have, life is too short. I can't finish all of them. So I'm giving a lot of these ideas away. But this one is personal. I like this one because it helps building industry, which I was born in. My family is originally blacksmith masters for generations. And ever since I was born, I was involved in making something, designing something, creating something. Plus 7 brothers I had. Everyone had a different trade, but constantly involved in construction all my life, which is now 61 years of age. So this is why this block is specifically dear to me, because it kind of gives out summarizing all my time wasted on construction industry, understanding it, and being involved directly in mixing concretes, making all kind of walls and structures and houses and so on. So the next advantage is we get beautiful ventilated walls, structurally strong homes which no storm, cyclone or tornado can knock down. And that's number one thing about this. The blocks are big enough, heavy enough, glued good, and strong enough to withstand even category 5 hurricane or tornado twister. To my proposition, it should never be damaged house. So you don't need shelters and bunkers underneath. Even floods, that actually walls are completely sealed, and there's no way that water can go in. And I invented also flood guides for every door and window, which are installed before the flood is approaching. So this and those flood guides can save any house, any property from the being flooded inside internally. So then we have instant ducts and cooling ducts, which is we're saving a lot of money on installing those externally. If you don't understand what that means, just pay attention how they used to heat ancient castles. They all had the tunnels where they used to have a heater in one section, and they used to run heat through the canals, which is kind of same thing, but it's different. But this is similar to that, right? This is much more advanced and modern, and I reckon we can't get any more advanced. So there is 100% good way, a good chance of being successful and useful for us. Plus, it gives us instant installation. Say we're using heating. Once we run the heating in the top row or the bottom row, we're basically heating the wall as well and creating that heat barrier instantly, which helps and benefits entire energy rating when it comes to heating and cooling. Now, these blocks are proposed to be very cost effective, cheap to make, and that's where I was listening before other presenters. Artificial intelligence, robotics, and machinery, where we can easily make them and use artificial intelligence here, because it's all completed product. But say for precasted homes, artificial intelligence, in my opinion, is great for something that's completed. But market is huge, especially worldwide. There's so many different ways and different. Every company has a different products, different pricing, different this, different that. So we are early stage of artificial intelligence, and of course it's very important for the future of this world, and it's going to be based number one foundation for the future of the world. And I hope that we can create machines and robots who can make this easy, say in 10 minutes to mold it and finish it, and then we can drop price down from $300 a block, which is roughly off my head now, to handmade, but factory made would be about, say, $40 or $30 per block. And that's all we need. All we need is these blocks, foundation, these blocks, and these guys that sit as a ceiling, and the roof is instant roof. So how good is that? That's all we need. And we have a house that's absolutely strong, beautiful. Actually, I'd like to share another thing with you guys, which is this one. I gotta share this. Where am I? Okay, sorry about that. I can't find you. Okay, that's enough. The idea is to show you complete. I have a design which I can, for some reason, share it with you. I have a design of the house completed, which shows you exactly what the homes look like with this. You can have internal finish instant as a block lines, but because there's no gaps, they're not trapped. There's not so much I think in your eyes. So what we have, it's a smooth lines, good joints, and we can accept that as a, well, say country homes would love that, those finishes, internal finishes, the sandstone blocks. And we can render this, we can just instantly paint on it, which paint will fill up these little gaps between the blocks. And they're so tiny, basically proposed that paint can easily fill it in. And I'm an ex-painter, so I know 100% what I'm talking about. We can just instantly put texture on it, render them, just the texture finish, and job done. Externally, same thing. We can leave them as they are. They can come pre-finished with rough finishes, with texture finishes, with anything. And we get instant finish outside, which actually gives us huge savings on labor and additional applications on every property we build. So, for example, to give all variety of different finishes, say how would we use artificial intelligence in that? Well, actually, it will summarize. It will give you best option, best designs, best drawings. So you need super mind to do that and best design for your home. But complete data about this block. It's important how you build the foundation. It's important how you propose floor plan and the roof. And that's why artificial intelligence can help in this as well so much. And that's it. Purpose of webinar and this presenting this little block. This is not full presentation. This is just introduction to you guys. Purpose is to introduce this block and opportunity that can be very important for the future of construction. These blocks can come in any size, any finish, and they can be constructed from any material we like. That's actually in by the specification and claims. So, which means if you want a terracotta block, you can have terracotta. If you want concrete, you can have a concrete. You can have whichever material you want to use in. And as long as I keep the same shape, I guarantee you it's a good thing. And the thing is, when they lock in, they got specific way of locking in, easy installation because we got beveled edges. You just place it in and the job done. If we just line up straight line, first row of the blocks, say on foundation, all we do is just chuck them on, put them together, silicone goes between them, and the job done. How simple is that? I reckon the house can be built completed in 3 days lockup stage. That's max. So that's pretty good. And this is not just for Australia. It's patented only in Australia, but this is actually to my suggestion to the whole world to study this carefully because it will benefit every human soul if you make your homes from this. You will not regret that. And the purpose of this, me being here on this webinar is to hear all of you guys presenters before, to meet you and to cooperate and work with Icons Met, which gave me a chance to present this product. And I mean, how much more can I say about that? The precast ceilings, I believe the future of construction is actually in the precast elements and completed structures in the factories and just put it together on the site instantly. That's what I think, and that's where artificial intelligence, for example, will help so much selecting and planning and organizing. And we can easily program those to sub levels. It doesn't have to be global level or whichever info artificial intelligence is programmed through. So this is new. I'm not patenting this. This is gift to everyone. You can build it, but my 3D printer stuffed up that should be exposed out, not in the way I did. One edge, one is in, the other one is supposed to be out. And then when you lock them in, all you have to do is just finish the join, which is a few minutes to do. You fix, it's rebided. If you can see here, we got rebided like a cement sheet, rebites. And once all we do is place them on top of the roof, on the walls, and we just concrete all around to lock it in and fix the joints internally and externally on top. We're done. If we just gotta have flat roof, we can add some with self-leveling cement, some minor falls and drainage, which we have a whole seal large enough to run drainage and pipes and stormwater pipes if necessary, not stormwater, the sewer pipes. And so simple, so fast, so strong.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Bogdan. Much appreciated. 61 years in construction, sweetness
Yes.
and charm of the webinar has just been concluded by your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you so
By
much.
the way, anybody interested in contacting me direct on this, please go through IconSmet first. And if not, you can contact me on via email on Bogdan Majkic @yahoo.com. So it's the same as my name and surname, small writing @yahoo.com. That's it. Thank you very much. Any questions?
That's so interesting, Bogdan. I also wanted to say, I don't know if you've ever heard of knotwood. Have you heard of knotwood before? They're kind of like, they work in aluminium, that when they make it look like wood. And they've got like something that I've worked with before with them, like they've got cladding panels, which are quite cool. They're like got that concept of like clicking in.
Oh yeah, I know those things, yeah, but yeah, all right, go on.
Now, I was going to say it'd be quite cool if somehow that could be like, you could build that into that block so they could clip on straight away to the front, so you could get like the look, like the finish of cladding.
Well, we do get finished instant cladding because one side, external side of the block can be texture finish, wrap finish. I got it all there. When I do full presentation, everything will be presented. There's about
Okay.
16 elements that follow the block. It's just corner blocks, capping blocks, capping stone, which I have one here. Once you finish the walls and everything, this is end. If you go for flat roof in this level, so this is the finish of the block. See, the capping, there's everything is planned, organized, done. Every finish internal we can do prefabricated, and every finish internal. So there's no, once you put them together, they look like those panels and what you're saying, aluminium finishes. Real cost is material used to make it, plus profits, plus retail pricing and whatever they're gonna sell it for. But I'm not making it, so I can't put price on it. But to my estimate, my idea is to make them as cheap as possible and affordable. So anybody can buy even here. Here costs now 600 to 650,000 to build a standard house that we got now. Anywhere in Melbourne, in Australia, where I am.